People keep asking me, Truth, give us an update on Muwop filing an appeal in FBG duck case. Well, I got some new news about this. I talked to somebody real close about this case. I got an update on the appeal. Hit the like button. Gold on this video, 1,500 likes. Duck case was one of the biggest cases of all time. It kind of slowed down now after they were convicted. People don't really talk about it as much, but people do talk about it. We seen Muwop filed an appeal and fired his lawyers. I got an update for you. Hit the like button. We all seen around middle of March, Muwop fired all his lawyers. You know, he paid those guys over $100,000 allegedly. Somebody close to the situation told me Muwop lawyer was paid over $100,000 for these couple of years representing him, and they still lost. You know, Muwop fired his ass instantly, fired him, and then put in like an appeal for. What people don't know is they think this like a retrial, an appeal to retrial the case. That's not what that is. He put in a motion. Remember, in a federal RICO case, I believe you got 30 days to hurry up and put in a motion for an appeal of the conviction. Then you can appeal the sentences too. But with the conviction, I don't believe he was, you know, trying to get a new trial. I think he was appealing it to have a new judge look over all the evidence, all the information, make sure that, you know, everything was done right. It wasn't no fraudulent shit done in the case. Everybody followed the right rules. Just to make sure there wasn't no errors in this murder trial. That shit take a while because you got to go through every evidence with like a fine-tooth comb and shit and see if anything was wrong, if it was any errors or any, you know what I'm saying, things done malicious or any mistakes in this trial. You know, then they can get this trial redone and shit. So Muwop gonna take a while. He hasn't hired a new lawyer yet, according to people I talked to. You know, these lawyers are high profile. People don't realize an appeal case costs a lot of money. That shit might be another couple $100,000 to file this appeal case. And then, you know, this shit take time. Sometimes these appeals for information, this shit could take weeks. This shit could take months. In some cases, it even took years. So, you know, they sentences gonna be coming real soon. It was rumors that the feds pushed back their sentences. I'm not sure about that, even though that is a possibility. Remember, truth don't know everything. But there's a lot of people even get sentenced while still fighting these appeals and shit like that. So just because he put in a motion for an appeal don't mean that the government won't sentence him. You know, as crazy as this sounds. I looked into the paperwork. I see things, and then there's things that I don't see, so I have to rely on close sources, people close to the case. I was told Muwop lawyers and Muwop is putting together a big claim because they feel like he was locked up unjustly. Even though it was people that kind of placed Muwop at the crime scene now, but Muwop said he was there unjustly. First off, he says there's no videos that really show his face. You know, duck killers head on mask. I done said this plenty of times. This is not me saying this, you know. This is not my opinion. My job is to give you the news that's covered up. So please don't say, Truth, you think they innocent? I'm not saying that. But according to sources, Muwop feels like it's no pictures that really seen his face. You know, really seen his face and shit, you know. Then it was video cameras. They didn't really show him all the way. You know, it showed them getting in a car, you know. But it was no camera that really showed his face bailing out a car, shooting nobody and shit like that. So that's one of his biggest claims. Then he claimed that the only people that placed him at a crime scene were witnesses that were paid. You know, nobody else who wasn't paid didn't place him at a crime scene. Only people placed him at a crime scene were people that were paid and people that had a reason to do that. Because Los's baby mama placed him at a crime scene because she picked him up from a car dealership, him, Zell, and Los. But he's claiming, you know, she had a reason to do that. She was offered a deal and things like that to come testify and shit like that. And it just places him at this car dealership. It doesn't place him at the murder scene. But according to the feds, that car did a murder and rode straight to the dealership. And those were the people that got out that car. You know, so it is people that placed, you know, Muwop there. But Muwop said the only people that placed him there were people that had deals and people that were getting paid and shit. I find that very strong. You know, to come up with another couple $100,000 to get a lawyer is real deep too. You know, last time I checked, Muwop wasn't rich now. You know, so I believe Dirk is behind a lot of the lawyer shit for Muwop, in my opinion. And the crazy shit about it is, man, one thing about this killing shit, man, that's why I say that shit said Duck lost his life and then those guys lost their life because they're going to be in jail for a long ass time. And just think about it. They're going to be in jail so long. This gang banging shit leave once you start getting in like your 30s. A lot of the young people don't know they be gang banging, shooting at people in their teenage and 20. By the time you get in your 30s and your middle 30s, people forget about you. You know, so they name ringing strong now, but like 10, 15 years, people forget about you, man, and they go on with their life. That gang shit get old and all kind of shit. Start feeling like you might have threw your life away and shit, you know. And the crazy part, like I said, all the people on Duck Case, they were rappers too. Every last one of them did rap songs. So for them to like just throw their life away, you know, just off a call, allegedly, somebody made a call and said, hey, that nigga down there, and they willing to run and throw their life away. I find that very crazy in my opinion. But they sentences is gonna be coming soon. I believe Mama Duck said they delayed the sentences, but I don't know if they kind of updated it lately, so I'm not sure about that. But according to paperwork, you know, they sentences is gonna be coming soon. Remember, a RICO case is damn near a mandatory life sentence. Mandatory. The only way you get home is if it's a stipulation that happened and they're willing to let you out because of something happened to your case, immunity, or maybe a parole board let you out. But you don't got to outdate. You only get out when they say you get out, you know. So this is crazy, but according to the police and the feds, a RICO case is a mandatory life sentence. So Muwop want to come home, you know. He got lawyers, he firing lawyers. He's saying, look, he only convicted because people who pointed him out and said he was at the crime scene were paid for, or they had deals. Now, when I looked at the paperwork, it was some people that, you know, basically put Muwop at the crime scene and they wasn't paid, you know. So I'm kind of shocked by this whole situation. Y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about this. Do you think, well, you know, this was the top case. This was in the Sun-Times. Police was ready to lock everybody up. They didn't show too much information, but they did have what they had, so they locked those guys up. Or do you think, look, this shit happened, man. You out here doing some wild ass shit. You gonna get that time. Ain't no need to cry about it now. You feel me? You do the crime, you gotta do the time. If you ain't prepared to do 30 years, then stick to selling weed or some shit like that. When you move into the murders, there's a chance you might have to do 50, 60 years in the penitentiary. So I want to know what y'all think. Leave a comment. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's the homie Truth Teller Street Reporter.